It's undeniably challenging to maintain peace of mind when we feel judged by others. There are times when we become trapped in a cycle of constant worry, endlessly contemplating how others perceive us. But what if emotional stability, true freedom, inner peace, and genuine relationships are not found by obsessing over the opinions of others, but by letting go of the things that hold no true value? Here are 7 profound shifts that occur when we stop caring about what others think. 1. Freedom to be yourself. When you rise each morning, your thoughts are yours and yours alone. They are free from the weight of societal pressures or the imagined judgments of others. As you prepare for the day, you choose clothes that bring you comfort and confidence, not those meant to fit some external mold or to please others. As you move through your day, you express yourself honestly, without the fear of criticism, knowing that while not everyone may agree with your thoughts, your voice is valid and worth hearing. This is a true form of freedom. This liberation of self-expression is nourishing for the soul. Like how water is vital for the body, it quenches a deep, perhaps unrecognized thirst within you. As you begin to drink from this well of self-acceptance and authenticity, you'll wonder how you ever lived otherwise. Why is this freedom so crucial? Because when you are free to be yourself, you unlock an authenticity that is otherwise unreachable. No longer pretending to be something you are not, you free up energy that once went into maintaining appearances. Instead, you pour that energy back into your own growth, fueling your dreams and aspirations. 2. Less stress and anxiety. Many of us carry daily burdens that we rarely recognize for how heavy they are. The constant pressure to conform to external standards and expectations is like a cloud that looms above us, ever present. It twists our thoughts into a maze of hypothetical scenarios. What if others dislike my appearance? What if my career isn't impressive enough? What if I could have said or done something better? These thoughts build up, and before you know it, they occupy your mind, leaving you mentally drained and overwhelmed. When you release the need for approval, your thought patterns begin to shift. You gain clarity, allowing you to see situations for what they truly are, not as you fear others perceive them. This clarity offers a fresh perspective, one rooted in your own thoughts and feelings, rather than those of others. As a result, decision-making becomes simpler. You no longer rely on the fear of judgment, but are guided by your intuition and sense of what feels right. With this freedom from external judgments, the emotional burden of stress and anxiety lightens significantly. 3. Emotional healing and relaxation. The anxiety and stress that once plagued you diminish as you free yourself from the judgments of others. Your heart no longer races at the thought of being criticized, and the tightness in your chest slowly releases. No longer do you replay conversations in your mind, wondering how you could have acted differently to please others. Physically, your body begins to relax, creating a positive feedback loop that not only alleviates mental stress but also fosters emotional well-being. As your stress and anxiety fade, your energy levels rise. You're no longer expending emotional or physical energy on needless worry, which means you have more vitality to direct toward enriching aspects of your life, whether that's nurturing relationships, developing personal hobbies, or focusing on spiritual growth. 4. Shifting away from pleasing others. The habit of pleasing others often leads to compromise, sometimes at the cost of our well-being and spiritual growth. It's like giving from a well that never refills, leaving you parched and exhausted. When you shift your focus from seeking approval to honoring your own needs, a profound transformation takes place. You are no longer tethered to the expectations of others. Instead, you tap into an inner strength that empowers you to act authentically from a place of inner alignment rather than external pressure. This doesn't mean you abandon concern for others, but rather that you prioritize your own well-being. This shift in focus doesn't lead to selfishness, but rather fosters a life rooted in true self-respect. True self-love, rooted in understanding your intrinsic worth, enriches not only your life but the lives of those around you. Channel Quantum Aligned invites you to reflect on how much peace and freedom can be cultivated by embracing who you truly are beyond external judgment. If you find these insights valuable, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel to continue exploring more ways to align your inner world with the greater truths of existence. 5. You become a more loving parent, supportive friend, and engaged community member. When you stop letting others' expectations dictate your actions, you begin to embody love and positivity in all aspects of your life. You become a more loving parent, a more supportive friend, and a more active member of your community. Instead of being drained by the constant effort to meet others' expectations, you redirect your energy toward meaningful pursuits, relationships, and personal growth. Think about the emotional and mental energy spent on trying to meet others' standards. It's exhausting, and often no amount of effort is enough to please everyone. By freeing yourself from this cycle, you can serve precious inner resources that can now be used for endeavors that truly matter to you. These resources, once depleted by unnecessary worry, can be channeled into your passions, relationships, and spiritual journey, fostering a deeper sense of connection to both yourself and the world around you. 6. Setting healthy boundaries. Another crucial benefit of letting go of the need to conform is the ability to establish healthy boundaries. These boundaries act as a form of protection for your emotional and spiritual well-being. By defining what is acceptable behavior and what is not, you establish a sacred space for yourself. This is not only an act of self-respect, but also a declaration that your peace and inner harmony are valuable and worth protecting. Setting these boundaries is like building a fence around a beautiful garden. You control the space within it, allowing only what nourishes you to enter and protecting yourself from what threatens your inner balance. This practice ensures that your emotional garden flourishes without being trampled by the expectations of others. 7. You don't change yourself for others. The pressure to change ourselves in order to fit the mold of someone else's expectations is something many of us encounter, often from an early age. From childhood, we are bombarded with messages about how we should look, act, and aspire to be, messages that come from family, friends, the media, and society at large. This constant pressure can feel overwhelming and, more often than not, diverts us from the path of discovering and honoring our true selves. However, when you let go of this constant need to change yourself to meet others' standards, a powerful transformation takes place. It's like coming home after a long, tiring journey. There's relief, comfort, and a profound sense of joy when you accept yourself, imperfections and all. This acceptance opens up a space for authenticity, where the weight of external expectations is lifted and you can reclaim your energy and mental clarity. Embracing your true self. When you stop conforming and embrace your unique self, you stop carrying the burden of pretending to be someone you're not. It's not just about feeling comfortable. It's about experiencing a true sense of freedom. This freedom allows you to express your individuality without fear of rejection. As you shed the layers of artificial personas built to gain acceptance, you uncover your authentic self, and this process is liberating. The more you accept and love yourself, the less you seek validation from others. As a result, something profound occurs. The world begins to accept you for who you are. Authenticity attracts authenticity. When you express your true nature, you naturally attract people and experiences that resonate with your genuine self. Relationships deepen, and your interactions become more meaningful because they are rooted in truth. 9. Unapologetically being you. The freedom that comes from embracing your true self empowers creativity and ignites courage. No longer bound by the fear of judgment, you become willing to take risks and step outside your comfort zone. Life becomes richer and more meaningful because every choice is an expression of your authentic self. As you embrace this newfound freedom, you will find that each experience, Whether it's pursuing a new passion, making new connections, or simply living more honestly, is infused with a deeper sense of fulfillment. Your actions come from a place of truth, and this opens the door to profound spiritual growth. 10. Relying on yourself for happiness. The search for happiness is universal, but often we look for it in external sources. We place our joy in the hands of others, friends, family, or society, and when they fail to nurture it, we feel disappointed. However, the true key to lasting happiness lies within. Imagine your happiness as a beautiful garden that resides inside you. If you hand the responsibility of its care to others, they may or may not nurture it as you would. But when you take charge of your own happiness, you become the gardener of your emotional well-being. Nurturing your happiness from a place of self-love means taking care of your inner garden. You water the plants, remove the weeds, and protect the blossoms from harm. By doing so, you cultivate resilience, peace, and joy, knowing that your happiness is your own responsibility and in your hands alone. 11. Building resilience. Taking charge of your own happiness comes with an immediate benefit: resilience. Life is filled with ups and downs, and the more you nurture your own happiness, the better equipped you are to face life's challenges. Resilience is not just about surviving difficult times, it's about thriving through them. When you rely on yourself for happiness, you create an unshakable foundation of inner strength that helps you navigate the storms of life with grace and calm. As you reflect on these concepts, consider how your own journey of self-discovery and authentic living might unfold. Channel Quantum Aligned encourages you to nurture your inner self and embrace your unique path toward peace and fulfillment. If you're finding these insights valuable, please like and subscribe for more discussions on aligning your life with deeper truths and spiritual wisdom. 12. Navigating life's challenges with inner strength. Life is unpredictable and filled with challenges, but when your happiness comes from within, you are better equipped to face these challenges without falling apart. Why? Because your sense of well-being is no longer contingent on external circumstances. You no longer need the world around you to be perfect in order to feel okay. Instead, you have cultivated an inner sanctuary, a place of peace and happiness you can always return to, no matter the turbulence outside. This resilience makes you less reactive to life's highs and lows because you no longer search for joy in the outside world. You stop swinging wildly between elation and despair based on what happens around you. Instead, your emotional state becomes more balanced and centered. This does not mean you won't experience the full range of human emotions. Those are natural and healthy. But it does mean that your core happiness remains unwavering, like a tree standing firm through the changing seasons. 13. The emotional independence that transforms relationships. An additional gift of cultivating this emotional independence is the improvement in your relationships. When you take responsibility for your own happiness, you no longer place the burden of your emotional well-being on others. This frees your loved ones to be their authentic selves, which creates space for deeper, more meaningful connections. Both people come into the relationship as whole, complete individuals, each enhancing the other's life without needing to fill an emotional void. 14. Building your inner sanctuary of happiness. So, how do you create this inner sanctuary of happiness? It begins with self-awareness and self-acceptance. Take time to truly know yourself, the things you love, your passions, your fears, and your deepest desires. Embrace all of these aspects, for the more you understand yourself, the better you can nurture your happiness. Next, practice gratitude. It may seem simple, but it's incredibly powerful. When you focus on what is good in your life rather than what is lacking, you invite more contentment into your world. Every moment of appreciation for the things you have adds to your well-being. Don't underestimate the power of simple pleasures, a sunset, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, or a book that speaks to your soul. When you begin to derive joy from these simple moments, you will find that happiness is abundant and easily accessible. Also, engage in activities that align with your values and passions. When you do what you love, happiness follows naturally because you are engaging with life from a place of authenticity. 15. A life of authenticity, joy, and fulfillment. Now is the time to take the empowering step of letting go of what others think. Embrace a life that is rich in authenticity, joy, and spiritual fulfillment. This journey may not always be easy, but it is worth every step you take. Let today mark the beginning of your new, amazing life, where you are enough just as you are. Celebrate yourself and your unique journey. Before we conclude, we would love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. Share this video with someone you love and spread the message of self-love, authenticity, and inner peace. Have a wonderful day